Welcome to the Rebuilding Hollers, Come Hell or High Waters podcast. My name is Stephanie Johnson, and I will be your host for the evening. I'm so glad you are here. We are finally into spring. It feels like spring outside. We've had a beautiful week. Today is Friday, March the 6th of 2026, and I'm just so glad you're here. While we're on the live podcast tonight, if you have any questions for me or our special guest, make sure to type in hashtag rebuilding, and Russ will pop that up on the screen so that we can talk with you. I got a couple updates for you before we get too deep into the podcast. Tomorrow, we will be at the Burnsville Town Center for the Spring Craft Fair. So we are most excited to be there with our friends. We will be selling merch and raffle tickets. I have a new merch item dropping tomorrow, which I'm most excited about. So make sure to come on down to the Burnsville Town Center Saturday, March the 7th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. We will be there with 39 other incredible local small businesses. And we're so excited to see everybody. So we'll see y'all there. On Friday, March the 20th, just a couple more weeks until we pull the winning ticket for this raffle. I'm so excited about this 2025 Kawasaki T-Rex SLE 800. We are still selling tickets for $20 each, or you can buy 5 and get 1 free. This is a huge fundraiser for us. As you can imagine, what I'm doing, it takes a ton of money. It's just something I have to have. And so these raffles that we're allowed to have, we can have 4 a year. And so this is this year's winter raffle. I'm most excited about it. And if this one goes well, if y'all show up and show out and buy all the tickets, then I'll do it again. We'll get a bigger one. We'll get a better one. So I want someone's going to win it. We're just a few weeks out from pulling that ticket. So pretty please come by the craft show tomorrow and get your ticket. You can find them locally here at the Hollers. You can go to DT's App Java in downtown Spruce Pine. We also have them at Barn Charm in Burnsville. We have them at Danny's Riverside River Life Country Store down Pensacola. And then we also have them with Lynn Peterson over in the Huntdale community. So we're spread out everywhere. Pretty please make sure to get your ticket to keep helping us help our neighbors. We have a long way to go, but we are making incredible progress. We have our other event coming up. I'm so excited that Memorial Day weekend, which is going to be May the 23rd, we will be hosting our Cruise into the Hollers event. I'm so excited about this event. We're going to talk about it a little later in the show, but we've got some great ideas. We have an incredible team helping us put everything together, and we want to bring people to our community so they can love on us. They can buy from our local stores and vendors and tour the mountains, see how far we've come and how far we still have to go. So it's most important. We are going to be looking for sponsors and vendors to participate in that event. I'm most excited about it. Now, I want to get you a couple project updates. We've had a busy week. It's been a beautiful week and very busy. So Project 3, I got to see this week. They are still working on their installation. Remember, like 2 weeks ago, they passed their electrical, plumbing, and framing inspections. So installation's going in now, and they're also getting their porches done. So that's exciting. Project number 8 has got all of their exterior done, and they're working on their installation. Project number 9 this week had their porch rails installed and the steps installed. It looks amazing. So I'm real excited about that. Project number 12 is making progress. We currently are waiting on the HVAC technician to show up and get us some ductwork going. So hopefully that happens very soon. Project 32, I'm so excited about. Project 32, you may have saw our video a couple weeks ago. This is a single mom in Mitchell County with a special needs son. And they have been living in a camper without power on a generator since the storm. So we are most excited to get their project going. Next week, the driveway will be completed. So the driveway is there and it's existing, but it is not draining properly. So we have to put in some ditches. We have to put in some culverts. We have to put in some tiles. We have to make this driveway amazing all the time because this mom has got to be able to get up and down this driveway. So we're most excited about that. She's talked to the power company. The power company is starting their work to get power up to the site. So we're most excited about that. But my most favorite part is the high school is building this house. Now, this will be our first double. So instead of it just being one unit, it's going to be 2 units put together so that the house is 1,500 square foot. Because of the baby's special needs, the state sent her a letter that said, you have to build a home that's at least 1,500 square feet. And so we're going to meet that. We're actually going to exceed that a little bit. So I'm real excited to get that going. And the foundation, not the foundation, but the subfloor has been started at the high school this week. So we're most excited about that. Project 34 has got their siding going in this week. It looks incredible. That one is the one where the foundation was blown out. We had to lift the foundation back up. We had to rebuild the walls. Everything got destroyed, windows, doors, siding. So all new walls, all new framing, and now it's getting its siding. So I'm real excited about that. Project 78, they have a lot going on. So this week they've had some plumbing issues. The tile guys there working on their tile. Our incredible Jeremiah's there working on the sheetrock. And they are almost ready for their hardwood floors to be installed. So we're working on that. So a lot of moving parts going on at 78. Project 98 is also waiting on their roof. So we've got I think I've got 15 roofs on the list right now, and his is number 3 of that list that's coming up. So we're excited because once I get his roof on, and it is a historic log cabin. And so it's going to be unique. The roofers figured out what the problem is, but the best solution is the cabin's been remodeled, it's been rebuilt from the inside out. And so let's go ahead and put a new roof on it. So we've got to take the old tin off. We're going to resheet the roof. And then we've got this really good rubber membrane that we're going to put down. I'm excited about that. We typically don't do that part, but because it's a historic home, because we want this to last forever, and then we'll put new tin on it. So I think that's going to be really good. Project 174 is doing amazing. I got to see them yesterday. So last week, they also passed their electrical framing and plumbing inspection, and they're already done with their installation. I mean, when I tell you this homeowner is ready to get his sweet little family in their home, he is just every day after work, he's working on it. Every day he is there. So I'm so proud of him. So their installation is done, and he called for his installation inspection today. So hopefully we'll be hauling him sheetrock soon. I'm most excited. Now, our big one, our last one that I want to tell you about today, I'm so excited. Project 510, which is our second high school build house, is going to be coming out of the school on Wednesday. So we just have a few more days, and that one is done, and I'm so excited about it. So I think this is going to be so amazing to see this house be set. It'll be pulling out. Our friend Larry Bonford will be hauling it out of the school for us Wednesday morning. The crane will be on site. So as soon as it gets there, it's going to pick it up. It's going to put it on the foundation. And then our amazing general contractor is standing by. He'll be taking over. We'll be setting the ends. We'll be setting the ridge beam. Then we'll be setting the rafters. Then we'll be sheathing and roofing. I mean, it's all going to happen so fast because we don't want the house to sit out in the elements. We want to get that roof on it as fast as possible. So I'm most excited about that. So with that, that's all the updates I have for you for our incredible projects. I love our projects. I love working on the projects. This week, I actually got to get out 2 days and go check on a lot of projects, and that was really amazing because there's a lot to be done here in the office, a lot of organizing, a lot of things going on. But my favorite thing in the world to do is go check on my projects and see my homeowners because the further that we go, the closer that we are getting to them being home. And I see the sparkle come back in their eyes, and I just see the light return into their spirit as we make this progress. So I'm just so excited about that. So thank you all for being on this journey with us. And without further ado, I'm so excited to introduce you to our guest. Miss Natalie.
Hi, Stephanie.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me tonight.
No, thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited to introduce you to all my friends. Y'all, Natalie has been incredible. She's been my friend long before the storm. Natalie is also a local realtor.
Yes.
She is the broker in charge at the Remax location in downtown Burnsville. And we've been friends for years.
Yes.
Yeah, we worked deals before the storm.
Yes.
You know, that house did really good through the storm.
Did it?
Yeah, that French drain we had put in, it held. I'm so glad.
That was a very, very special house for me.
Yes,
so.
yes. Well, my people are doing amazing there. Good. So Natalie and I, before the storm, we worked many transactions together. We volunteered together. We were great friends. But 3 days after the storm, after we made our way out of our holler and came to downtown Burnsville, which is where there was maybe cell signal, and you were one of the first people I ran into.
Oh, yeah. And so I live in Johnson City, and I felt really guilty during the storm because my lights didn't flicker. I didn't have any issues whatsoever. I was
Johnson City was fine.
There were places that were bad, but at my house, I had absolutely nothing.
Right.
And the only thing that I wanted to do was to get to Yancey County and check on my people.
Right.
And it took 3 days for me to do that. I had to promise Crystal that I would give it a little bit of time.
Right.
And so when I was finally able to get to Burnsville, it was so eerie because they had the interstate blocked off.
Right.
But there wasn't a policeman at the interstate.
Right.
So I got on the interstate anyway and drove from Johnson City to Burnsville. I was literally the only person on the interstate. That was the eeriest feeling,
because you had to come through that intersection right there at Irwin where all that water came through.
Yeah. Well, so there was a detour there where you actually had to go through like Irwin to do that. A little bit of a detour, but they wanted you to stay on like the old 19 all the way.
Right.
But there was nothing wrong with the interstate. So I got on the interstate. I cheated. I was getting to Burnsville one way or the other. And so eeriest feeling in the world being the only person on the interstate.
Right.
When I got to the top of Sam's Gap, I'm like, dear God, please don't let anything happen to me. Nobody will ever find me. Right. Got to Burnsville and big traffic jam, trying to get across, coming into on the West Yancey side there at the Riverside Bridge. But got here.
Because that bridge was torn. I mean, everything had debris all over it. Yes. Everything was torn up.
Yes. And so got to my office, got to the square, and I just wanted to check on my people.
Right.
And just to see. And I ran into you.
You did.
And we were just like hugging and crying.
Yeah.
And
it was emotional. That was an emotional day. That's the day, my first day out. And I was totally not prepared for what we'd experienced.
And I think that you had talked to some people in Bakersfield, and you were just, we were just all, in shock.
Yeah.
Kind of in shock.
I hadn't got to check on anybody. Like, we were just there. We were just in town center, and the people we saw are the people that.
And there was
hundreds of them. And everybody had their phone like a zombie.
And I think that I gave you our Wi-Fi code.
You did.
At Remax.
Yeah.
So that you would have Wi-Fi.
Right. We were trying to get any kind of signal we could. And then it barely, and I couldn't get it. And then all of a sudden, right before I left, I had a signal and I was able to make a Facebook Live. Right. And that Facebook Live changed everything.
Yeah.
So
I think that was about September the 30th.
The 30th,
it was that Monday.
That Monday, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Rose's parking lot started the next day.
Yeah.
What was I thinking? I don't know if I'd do it again. I'll be honest with you. I don't know.
You would.
I've done my one and only apocalypse response. I feel like, no way. And thinking back of it makes me go, why do, there's people that go to these. Mm-hmm. Like, they're like, oh, there's a disaster. Let's go to it.
Like, why would you do that? Yeah.
Not me. I'm not the one. I will never, ever go to someone else's disaster. That was, no.
But you know what? You did good work in the Roses parking lot.
Well, you were there.
Well, I helped volunteer.
You did. She would come in sparkles. What you need to know about Natalie is she loves sparkles, all things sparkly, which I love. I love sparkles, but she carries it out good. So you came in. I feel like you had a big sparkle hat on and these sparkle boots on, and just so much happiness.
Yes, and volunteered with some of the kindest souls that were experienced doing this.
Yes.
And because I love to volunteer and I'm a pretty good volunteer.
You're amazing volunteer.
But when you're in that kind of situation, you still don't, I just needed some guidance.
Yeah.
And there was so much stuff,
Yeah.
and I think probably the thing that just sticks out the most is I am by nature a nurturer and a mama bear. And so people are pulling up and they don't have anything. And I am trying to load them up just load them up with stuff.
Yes. Because we didn't have any quantities. There was no, most every other place was like limited this, limited that, buddy, not us. We gave it out till we ran out.
Load people up. And I can't tell you how many people would say, I just need a little bit because I know that there's others I don't want to take.
Yes.
I don't want to take too much. And that broke my heart because I'm like, no, there's all this stuff you can have all you want,
Yeah.
And I just thought that was the most humbling thing when those people were coming up.
Yeah.
And so this more experience, a person that I think she may have been with Samaritan's Purse, told me, she said, I was like, they're not taking, like, I want to give them more stuff, but they're not taking stuff. And she's like, okay. So the next car, because it was kind of like a drive-through.
Right.
And so the next car that came up, we loaded them up, and then they're like, no, this is enough. And she said, well, can you she's like, we're just trying to get stuff out to people. Can you do us a favor? And I will never forget it. It was a husband and a wife, an older couple. And he's like, well, what is it? And she's like, we got all this stuff. She said, I know that you're going to probably be passing some other people on your way home. If we give you some extra stuff, would you be able to stop by
and give it
their house and give it to them? And he's like, well, sure. And the minute that she made him feel that he was helping, he was like, absolutely.
Yes.
And, and we were able to give, just load him up with more stuff. And then I used that.
Yeah. Yes, you do.
I used that little trick.
That was the hardest part.
After that.
Yeah.
And it was
so hard. People can imagine how hard it was to get mountain folk to take what they needed, not just a little bit, but what they needed.
Yes.
And to take more, that was just wasn't an option.
Yeah.
My trick was I learned to tell them, but God sent this for you. And so that's what I would tell. And I still tell people that because still to this day, now some projects are happy to take anything they can get, but so many are so humble and so kind. And, I just want to just get enough. I'm so thankful for just this. And I just tell them, but God sent this for you. Because he did, because they still do. I mean, that's how we've gotten everything.
Absolutely.
Is everything that's come through these doors, everything that has touched my fingertips, I'm getting it to give it away. Yes. That's the plan. We're going to keep giving it away. As long as we're getting it, we're going to keep getting people home.
Absolutely. And that's what you have to do.
It's what we're doing.
Yeah.
So I love it. I'm thankful you were there with me, and you've stuck with me the whole time.
Yes.
Now you're still selling real estate.
I still am.
Like I try to still sell real estate. Which has been tough. It's been tough. I did have 2 closings this week.
That's fantastic.
I know.
Yay.
I forgot about one completely. I got a message from the attorney today. She's like, your closing's complete. I'm like, I had a closing today. Thank you, Jesus. And I've been so thankful for the realtors I've been working with that know. They know I'm distracted. They know that I'm busy.
Absolutely.
And I've been so thankful that God has kept me busy enough, but give me realtors. Mostly, there was one I was ready to choke out, but that's okay.
It happens.
But mostly, I've been working with realtors that are so wonderful and so kind, and they know I'm busy.
I think that most realtors are wonderful people, and I think that if we all have the attitude that we are so much better when we collaborate,
yes, we are,
and not compete with one another. There's not a living soul on this earth that I compete with.
Me neither.
And because I genuinely believe with my whole heart that there is enough for everybody.
There is.
Treat your people right,
Yes.
and you're going to have business.
That's right.
And that's just
how it works.
That's just the way that
It's
it is.
just how it works.
And so I love collaborating with people, and I think that if you have that spirit where you're going to collaborate, in my office we don't compete with anybody. We don't compete with one another.
That's right.
We don't cultivate that kind of environment.
Right.
And you've been in our office, Stephanie, and you know our agents, and we genuinely like one another, and we get along, and we care about one another, and we support one another. And nobody dreads I hope that nobody dreads coming to work.
Right.
And it makes such a difference in everyone's life.
That's right.
When you don't have to worry about somebody's
stabbing you in the back
or taking your client or cutting your commission.
Right.
It's like, why would you do that?
Exactly. No, it's a real, it matters very much for everybody to work together. And I think as realtors, we are nurturers.
Yeah.
Good realtors, that's who came in the beginning. I mean, you were one of the first people I saw. That is exactly what happened. Our very first load of supplies come from a mortgage officer. And then the next one was a realtor.
And I know that Cody Fox with Atlantic Bay Mortgage met me probably that Tuesday. I met him in Mars Hill. And there were roads that kept we had to keep trying to text and stuff to try to no, that road's not working. That road's detoured or whatever. Met him at the CVS parking lot and got a ton of stuff that he had collected.
Wow.
And I went to Mars Hill and picked it up, and I brought all of that stuff back.
Yeah.
And plus, I was in Johnson City, so that day that I was there, I was in the square just asking everybody, I'm like, what do you need? What do you need? What do you need? And I just went and I just bought everything that they told me that they needed, and just brought it to them.
Yeah.
So that they would have stuff.
Yeah.
I grew up in Eastern North Carolina, and I was used to being in hurricanes. And I wondered because I do not have any family in Burnsville, and I just kind of landed here.
Oh, God sent you.
Yeah, maybe.
God sent you.
And I have wondered so much, is that one of the reasons I was sent here? Because I have had so much experience with hurricanes. And I remember I grew up in a little town called Wallace, North Carolina, that is very, very much like Burnsville. And the very first hurricane that we ever had was back in 1996. And in Eastern North Carolina, you have these huge thunderstorms every afternoon.
Right.
And so they said we were having a hurricane, and we had it, and it was kind of like one of those thunderstorms that we have all the time. We're like, okay, well, this isn't, they hyped it all up. It wasn't that bad. About 2 weeks later, we were having another hurricane. Fran. That hurricane almost wiped us off the map.
Right.
And it will open up your eyes.
Yes.
And it will And so we are.
You're experienced.
Experienced. And
I had no idea.
So when I told people, I know it's bad, but it's going to get better.
Yes.
I was speaking from experience.
Right.
The very first hurricane that I lived through, we didn't have electricity for 8 days, and we thought that it was the worst thing in the world. That was nothing.
Right.
Compared to that was nothing. That was a day in the park.
Yeah, yeah. We the only hurricane I had ever lived through, which I was about 8, was Hurricane Hugo.
Mm-hmm.
When it came through Harrisburg and Concord.
I don't even want to tell you about Hurricane Hugo. That hurricane came on my 21st birthday.
Wow.
Yeah.
On the day?
On the day of my 21st birthday.
God. That thing with he beat
nobody be figuring up how old I am.
Okay. Wait, so if I was 8, you were 21, is what you're saying?
Oh my God! You could have gone on that without saying
never.
that.
No, you're lying.
No, it was on my 21st birthday.
That's incredible.
Yes.
Well, I'm thankful that you came with your experience and knowledge, because I certainly had none. I'm still winging it, still learning. I tell people all the time, what I have learned this is all my personal experience. Like,
Mhm.
I'm writing a book about it.
I know, and I can't wait to read it.
Well, I have written the book, and then I've had it edited, but it didn't flow exactly right because it's very hard to tell the story
Mm-hmm.
in
Well,
my
because
mind.
there's so many pieces of it, and you
Yes.
like trying to explain like how everybody's related.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And when I was going through it a couple of times ago, I counted it. I talk about like 98 different people. You know what I mean? I'm like, do I got to get releases from all these people? Because some names I had to change,
Mhm.
because the bad guys. But then the good guys, I left the names the same. I mean,
Mhm.
it's just, you have a section in there. I mean, oh yeah, you're in the book. But I mean, I want people to know how grassroots, small town this response has been.
Yes.
It's been thanks to social media. The Facebook Lives is what, I mean, people still tell me, I watched your Facebook Lives religiously every night. I waited on them every night. I needed to know you were okay. Every night I was looking for that update.
I think it was just because, generally speaking, communication was so difficult.
Yes.
And I think that was the hardest part. And, I had clients that were after the storm that were elderly, and they had chosen to retire here, and their children could not contact them for a week or 10 days or 2 weeks. And they have since sold their properties and moved back because their children we can't do this.
Right.
It's
not an option. My brother tried that with me. He was the first call I made. And the very first thing he said is, it's time to come home, Steffi. And I said, David, I am home, and I'm going to need you to send me some stuff because my people need some stuff. But,
yeah,
but you do. I mean, already living here is a different lifestyle. And I think so many people that have lived their whole life take that for granted. We live in a magical place.
Yeah.
This place is like none other anywhere else in the world.
It is God's country.
It is. It is. I mean, it's like, I don't know. It's just completely magical to me. I'm completely obsessed.
Stephanie, the first thing I did too, is I called home.
Yeah.
And I said, y'all, it's bad. Pray.
Yes.
And so one of my aunts is just a saint on this earth. And I called my cousin and I said, I need y'all to pray. And she's like, okay, we are. And I was like, no, I need you to go over to Aunt Jerry's house, and I need you to I need some Aunt Jerry prayers,
Yeah.
And they were
on it.
They were
and
on
you can feel it.
You can feel it. I know.
That's, I mean, to me, one of the greatest things, not being I'm not a church goer. I'm not in church on Sundays.
Well, God's everywhere. You don't have to go to church.
Well, I've always felt the closest to God right here with our community, right in the river, right hiking a mountain, wherever I'm at in nature, our whole community.
It is hard. When I first moved to the mountains, I moved to the mountains in 2018. And I met this gentleman, and at this point, and I still do this, I stop on the side of the road and take a picture of something beautiful because it's so beautiful. You have to. And the picture never does it justice.
Never.
But it's just beautiful. And so this man told me, he said, don't stop, being in awe.
Right.
Do not take it for granted, because it's absolutely so beautiful.
It is.
And, and I've told a lot of people that I grew up at the beach, and the beach is beautiful.
Yeah.
But to see the beach, you got to go to the beach.
Right.
When you're in the mountains, all you have to do is lift your head.
That's right.
And you're going to see something beautiful. And it's going to take your breath away, and it's going to look different in the morning than it does in the afternoon, than it does in the evening.
Exactly. And the stars twinkle here.
They have stars here.
Yeah.
I spent before I moved here, I lived in Wilmington for 20 years. There are no stars.
No.
Yeah.
Stars. They're here. Yeah. And that's, to me, that's my favorite part. I'm crazy about the stars. I mean, they're stars and they twinkle. And it's just always been so beautiful here. And I just love it here so much. And I do believe that God has sent people to help us recover and rebuild and stick together.
Yes.
And that's my biggest message always, constantly. We had politicking going on recently. Not that I like to get into politicking, but it rips people apart. Everybody's blaming everybody and being hateful to each other. And I'm like, we don't have time for that. We still are in trouble. We do not have time to be attacking each other and and doing all this nonsense. We're still in a crap show here, so I'm glad that's over. At least for now.
I grew up,
Yeah.
I guess, in a time and was raised by a family
Yeah.
that that was personal.
Yes,
That's
me too.
You kept it at home.
Yeah.
I don't know it's like whatever happens at home stays at home, and
I
that
didn't
was one of the things you talked about only at home.
My parents never even told me like what party they were. But one time, my mom said, "Well, me and your dad just cancel each other out." So I'm assuming that means one parent was one way and one parent was the other way.
And you don't know which one.
I had no
And
idea.
that's probably you don't know. And that's why everybody probably gets along.
Yeah, I'm serious.
Yeah.
They don't. There's Paige. Hey, Paige. I had no idea. And now I'm like, man, this politic and stuff, it makes me crazy. But I am thankful for our community. I'm thankful for our commissioners. I think they're working really hard. I think that I feel like we've been lied to over and over for state, federal, FEMA, you name it. We've got the runaround. We've got the hoodoo. And so I don't feel like I can hold our commissioners responsible for something that's not their fault.
So I go to because I do volunteer at the Chamber of Commerce.
Yes.
And so I go to the county commissioner meetings and to the town council meetings.
Yeah.
And the county and the town has received a lot of grant money.
Yeah.
And I think that they both are working just as hard as they can, to get a lot of the sewer and the water.
Yeah. Our town water's in a terrible situation.
Yeah.
I mean, there's massive, they got a piece of it at the town center at the, what is it called?
Town hall.
The town hall.
Yeah.
And it's got huge holes in it. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, and it is a little disruptive.
Like 100 years old?
Like 120 years old, I think. And it's a little disruptive. We're not going to lie. It's a little disruptive right now, but they're estimating that at least, around the square, that it's going to be just a few more weeks.
Yeah.
And when that gets done, that's going to make a huge difference. At the town council meeting last night, Shane Dale said that there are some parts of on the West Main Street side that have already been connected. And so, they are, basically, they are working their butts off and doing, they're doing a really, really hard job. There were not great records of what actually was underneath the streets. And so, they're
just digging.
They're just kind of like, digging. It's a maze, and they're doing an excellent job. And
I think so too.
They're
we have to get stuff fixed. When I went to the town council to ask for a road closure for cruising to the Hollers, they were talking about how hard it has been and how all the businesses are struggling. And I mean, it was just, you could tell that's weighing on the community, that it's really, this is tough,
And, of course, with roads closed and dug up and, sidewalks just caution taped off, it has made a big impact on our businesses.
Yeah.
And so we, if I could encourage people to do anything, it was please keep your money in Yancey County.
Yeah,
shop
absolutely.
Local and support the businesses in Yancey County, because they're not just businesses.
Yeah.
They're your
friends.
Neighbors. They're your neighbors.
That's
you go
right.
to church with them. You see them in the grocery store.
That's right. And they're struggling. Our
yeah.
businesses, I don't think people realize, or they probably do here. Everybody here is struggling. I think the hardware stores are okay. I love our hardware store. Summit Building Supply has been beyond incredible to us.
My papa was a carpenter. I've spent a lot of my life in hardware stores.
Me too. My dad was a cabinet man, and he would drive. We would go to South Carolina to get specific, whatever that he needed. Mm-hmm. My whole life, I grew up in old timey hardware stores and lumber yards. Yeah. And Summit's my favorite. I mean, it is my favorite. I could just wander around there. The team itself is incredible. I mean, it's so easy. Mm-hmm. I can text them, call them. I mean, they're just the owners. They're local. I mean, just everything about it is old timey and local and perfect.
Right.
I wouldn't change a thing. I love them. Let's see. Joy says, are there any places to stay locally? Joy, we do have. So we have the New Ray Inn, which is our historic downtown Burnsville hotel, has
That-
been recently renovated. It is
Yes.
fully open. They have beautiful suites. They have the Elvis Presley suite when he came to town.
Yeah.
What's another one? There's a Hemingway or something.
Yeah,
There's a
the whole hotel. It's about a $7 million investment.
Yeah.
By James and Amanda Keith.
Yeah.
And they
restaurants. We got
yeah.
restaurants.
And they have revamped the restaurant inside
Yes.
the new Ray, and it's called the Old Ray, and
Yeah.
that's actually what the old restaurant was called.
That's cool.
They have kind of a speakeasy
Yeah.
down in the basement, and it's
The
called
washroom.
The washroom.
Very cool. It's very cool.
And then they have the carriage house.
Yeah.
And they've made a tremendous investment
Yes.
in our community.
They have. And they've been so kind.
Yeah.
They've been so kind since the storm. So I highly recommend checking out the New Ray Hotel. And then we also have the Carolina Country Inn, which is another great little hotel. It's like a 1950s.
Yes, and I think I have heard that they've remodeled those rooms, and they're
so
super
cute.
nice. I've had a lot of clients stay there.
Yeah.
And then we have the Terrell House,
Yes.
which is a bed and breakfast.
Yes.
And Sue Frost is one of the sweetest, kindest
Yes.
women that you will ever meet. And then there is the Echo Retreat.
Okay.
Mount Mitchell Echo Retreat,
Yes.
which is right off of Highway 80. What is that? Clear Creek.
Is that right up by the Hemlocks? Used to be the Dude Ranch?
Yes. Yes.
I love that Dude Ranch,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Does the
And so-
Echo have Dude Ranch stuff? Or
Well,
just...
it's not Dude Ranch, but they
Okay.
have all the little cabins
Okay.
around everywhere.
Awesome.
And those owners are really kind.
Yes. And
people.
then we also have the one up in town. They were tremendous after the storm. What is there? What's it called? It's just at the top of the hill, right at George's Fork. And it's George's Fork.
I don't know that one.
You do. It's on the tip of our tongue. Well, I'll think about it. But yeah, we have places to stay, and we want you to come to town. We
Absolutely. And then there's tons of Airbnbs too.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
lots of Airbnbs.
Yeah.
It's a great time to come because we're still in winter. Like today was 70. I think Monday's going to be 20. So you can come have some spring and then straight back to winter. But we're hoping that spring, here in the mountains, I've seen snow all the way up to Easter in April here, like late April.
Yeah.
Like a big snowstorm, late April, late May, or March, not late May, but March to April is still the old timers here say you cannot plant anything until Mother's Day weekend. After Mother's Day.
That was the hardest thing for me because, I had lived in Wilmington and our summer starts in March.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to look for my plants to start planting, and I go and I'm like, there's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, well, you don't start till like the middle of May.
Yeah.
So that
it'll die because we're gonna have the snow.
That was a huge learning curve for me.
Yeah. I'm excited for summer. I need summer so bad. There it is. Thank you, Sean. High Pastures. Yes. That is the one. Thank you so much, Sean.
Yeah.
High Pastures Christian Retreat.
They
are amazing.
Yeah. Becca's a sweet lady.
Yes. They were so wonderful to us when we were running the parking lot, and we had so many people staying. They were just camping in the parking lot, and they came down and said, we'll give you a place to stay. And they shut their business down and volunteers stay with them. I think it was a month or two.
They are very, very kind people. Yes. Last year when we were having Sunshine Camp, and we had, because the campground got destroyed. And so we were having camp, and we didn't have a place for our campers to fish.
Right.
And so they donated their pond
I love that.
to us and let our campers fish there.
I love that.
And so
y'all have worked so hard. So Funshine Camp is an incredible camp. It had its 25th birthday.
Yes, 25th
birthday this year. That was started by Miss Lucy, and she has a passionate heart for children and adults with special needs and disabilities.
Yes.
And she wanted to give them a summer camp experience. And so before the storm, that experience was always happening at South Toe, which is Patience Park. And excuse me if I get upset about this, but it is so personal to me. I love this place so much. So the first week of every summer, Miss Lucy would put on the most incredible summer camp
Absolutely.
for these and their children and adults, right? Because
Yeah, and I think that she has told me that the first year they had camp, I think they had 12
yeah,
campers,
yeah,
and it just grew and grew and grew.
to
And
100.
I want to think that last year there were days that we had 400 people at
It's
camp,
amazing.
and
It's amazing. It's so incredible, and it all needs. I'm talking all the needs that these children
we
and
had
adults have.
we
They accommodate them all.
and her only rule is that it has to be fun.
Yeah, and she does. She
Yeah.
has fun. But so at Patience Park, they had a special ramp for them. The fire department would come with the rafts, and they would get the kids and the adults in the rafts and take them on a little river ride. They had a special lift put in at the pool so they could get in and out of the pool.
Yeah.
Of course, we had Hoot Owl Holler where they could have their party all
Yes,
day,
all
and
day.
dances, and the fire trucks would come and the deputies would come, and everything about
yeah.
it was just magical. And I know because I was there, because we like to volunteer. But also, my daughter, we love Patience Park.
Mhm.
So we first found out about it because we were floating down the river and had floated
Oh.
by while the event was happening. And I was like, this is incredible. And then later in the week, we went to the pool and they were there. And I thought, this is magical. And I've been in love with them ever since.
Yeah.
I've been in love with Miss Lucy. Her heart is the biggest heart that I've ever seen. And what she's built for the children and adults with special needs is incredible.
It is.
And they come from all over the state.
Everybody is invited.
Yes.
If you can get here,
Yeah.
you can come.
Yeah, they come
Yeah.
from everywhere with their caregivers. It's quite
Yes.
magical. It's quite magical. And so and you're on that board as well.
I am. I do
Yeah.
sit on that board.
Yeah, I love that. I love what y'all are doing. And so there's some changes made because, of course, Patience Park has been disrupted.
So
Last year, y'all worked because you don't just have the summer camp. You do a spring event,
we do a spring event,
fall
we
event.
do a fall event, and then we do a Christmas party.
Yeah, and the summer camp.
And the summer camp.
Yeah.
And the summer camp is 4 days.
Yeah.
And so last year we were just so blessed that we were able to have South Toe Elementary School for 3 days.
Yeah.
And then on the 4th day, we brought everybody downtown.
Yep. Had a pool party.
We were from the pool to the square to the town center.
Yeah.
And we just
had a train ride around the square.
We just figured it out. We made it work.
That's so good.
And our campers loved it.
Yep.
And we just made it work.
Yeah, you did.
And so
I'm so proud of you. And so we're hoping that there's some new stuff going on. You have another new location.
Absolutely, we do. We have been adopted by the West Yancey Fire Department, and we are going to be able to use their training facility for all of our Funshine parties and for our camp.
That's amazing.
And
it's so easy to get in and out.
And they
beautiful
are
building.
In the process right now of remodeling that building.
Yeah.
And they have put in a stage. Our campers love stages.
Yes. Because this could be the only time they can get on stage.
Yeah.
They get up there and sing.
Anything.
They have to do jokes.
Anything they want to do. And so it is a huge blessing that is happening. And our spring party is going to be on April the 2nd, and that will be the first time that we've used the facility.
Okay. Well, I'm excited.
And, it's not going to be like complete, we're having to rent tables and chairs, but the inside's going to be done, and they've done it where it's going to be suitable for our campers.
Everybody can get in and out.
And so
that's such a blessing. I'm so thankful that West Yancey did that and is going to continue to do that because this program matters so much to me. Now, and not only are you on the Funshine board, but you are now the president of the Chamber of Commerce.
I am.
You are a busy lady. I thought I was crazy busy, but you are busy. You love Burnsville too.
I do love
Burnsville. Very clear.
I do.
So I love the Chamber of Commerce. I think that the Chamber of Commerce matters so much to a small town like ours because we need to get people here.
Yes.
We need people, our businesses are so tiny, so their marketing budgets are so small. But to be able to get folks here to the mountains and into our stores, we have such a unique community with the Toe River Art Council and all of our crafters and just all the things.
Yeah.
So now you're in charge of all the things.
So one thing that I think is so special about Burnsville, and I realized this by doing our radio show.
Yes, I love the radio. Can we even talk about the radio show yet?
Yeah, we should talk about the radio show. So as we were doing the radio show, there was one recurring thing over and over and over, and it was how many businesses were collaborating with one another.
Yeah.
And I think that is really remarkable.
Yes.
That our business have the capacity and the foresight to do that.
Yes. Yes.
That makes a huge difference.
It does.
And
and
I love that.
I do too. Well, because there's not really any corporate stuff here. It's all small business, mom and pops that have been going sometimes for generations, sometimes brand new. We had a ribbon cutting today.
We had a ribbon cutting today, and it was amazing. Sassy gal, and
Yeah.
there were over 30 people.
That's amazing.
There.
Yeah.
There were so many people that we couldn't do the picture inside. We had to go to the sidewalk.
That's awesome.
And it was.
I really like her. She's gonna do great.
She is.
Yeah.
She is very. Chris is a very, very kind lady.
Yeah.
And I think that she will do
I do
very,
too.
very well.
I do too.
And I found me this beautiful Stevie Nicks coat
Oh,
in there.
Are you so excited?
Yeah.
Did you already buy it?
No. Yeah, not
It's
yet.
on the list.
Yeah,
It's on
gotta
the
get
list.
it. Gotta
It's on
sell a
the
house.
list. Yes. I know that feeling. We planned for those. Like, I'm thankful I had a closet. I'm like, okay, put some back for this vacation. I'm taking a vacation this year.
You need a vacation.
I need a vacation.
I think if anybody deserves a vacation, you do.
Yeah, I don't.
Stephanie.
It's just I don't know that I deserve it, but I certainly need it. I want to go get sunburnt. I'm going back to the coast, and I'm gonna get blistered like a lobster. That's my plan. I don't care about anything else. I need a sunburn. I need sand.
Sometimes you need the salt air.
Well, you know what? Honestly, I want to go to the coast is fine, but the reality is I need water.
Mm-hmm.
And, my rivers are destroyed. I personally still do not believe our rivers I'm not getting in the rivers. Now, I can go up way up South Toe past the Hemlocks. I can get in a little bit there. But other than that, the Toe River to me is it's just not, I'm not getting in it. I just don't feel like it's safe enough for me and my family to get in. And so I was even thinking maybe I'll just go rent a lake house somewhere where if I could just get on the paddleboard and just be in the water on the paddleboard for a couple days, get good and blistered.
I'll tell you something, Stephanie. Because I grew up at the beach.
Yeah.
I used to think that my soul needed the ocean,
Yeah.
that I had to stare at water to soothe my soul.
Yeah.
But what I have found is that I can soothe my soul by staring at mountains just as easy.
Oh yeah.
Didn't
no,
know
it's
that
just
before.
the full body submersion. Oh
Yeah.
no, I need the water. Like in another life, I must have been a mermaid, or I don't know. But I'm one of those full body. I've got to touch it.
Yeah,
I got to touch it.
Well,
like I still get in all the river. I'll put my feet in all of
and
these.
you know what's so funny about that is that I grew up at the beach.
Yeah.
I would not dare get in the ocean water.
No way. So you would stare at it and wouldn't touch it.
Do not get in it. You'll very seldom will you ever find a local person that gets in the beach water.
Wow. Yeah.
So we have hog farms.
Yeah.
In Duplin County.
Okay.
And hog farms have lagoons.
Right.
Where all of the waste go.
Right.
And when we have hurricanes and flooding,
it
all flows to the ocean.
God.
So
great.
But you go down there and have fun.
Get you find the lake in Tennessee. My friend says, come to New York during the summer. We will get you in the lake. So
yeah.
I've never been to a New York lake. I've only driven through the state. I've actually never been to.
I went to New York City on my birthday a few years ago.
It
was.
That's. It's not that it's scary. It doesn't scare me. It's just too much. It's just so much. There's so much going on. I think I would just get there and be like, whoa. Or if there's 1,000 people going down the street, and y'all know I'm friendly, and I'm like, howdy, how are you? Howdy, how are you? I got to talk to everybody.
They were so nice.
I'll be talking to everybody.
I had the very best piece of cheesecake I have ever had in my life.
I want to try New York pizza. I've heard that's really
pizza
good.
was good too. I did all the things, like
those big pizzas. They're like this
big. Yeah,
I want some of that.
Huge.
I want some of that. I think that would be very cool. We'll travel. Something's gonna happen. I'm gonna take a little trip. I think I'm gonna go get a sunburn. Y'all will know when I come back with a sunburn.
So you want to talk about
There's our friend Christina. She says, "Hey, Natalie and Stephanie, you are doing great things." We love Christina.
Is Christina Stamper?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We should give Christina a little plug.
Yeah.
Christina owns the UPS store.
Yep.
And she supports our community in so many different.
You're welcome to come stay at our lake house with a private loft apartment, and we will take you out to eat. Do you have a boat? I'm in. I don't even need a boat. I'm coming with I got my paddle boards. Yes. Sign me up. Yes. Okay, continue. Christina, so she owns the UPS store in town.
Christina does so many things
Yes, she does.
for our community. And, she needs the support.
Yes, she does. I'm crazy about her. So
yeah, she does. Honestly, she does so much that you would not think. You think that it's a UPS store. I'm going to go take my package.
And they print banners.
They make banners.
They make posters, cards.
Yes, invitations, anything. They shred. They have notary.
Yeah.
I went there.
They have the PO boxes. That's where my PO box is.
Yeah, PO box, and so somebody used the last paper and didn't tell me, so we didn't order paper. And so
at your office,
at my office, they sell
paper.
like copy paper.
Yeah,
went down there, got some.
Yeah, I love
it. They do real estate signs.
Yep,
they've done the signs that are in front of the carriage house.
Those big, like they're like a poster, but it goes on the trifold.
Yeah,
or the bifold.
Well, yeah, even like the real estate signs that you stick in the ground.
Oh yeah,
they make those. They do business cards.
They did our Christmas cards.
If you can think it,
she can make it.
Yeah. So,
and she's got a great team.
And she's super, super sweet.
Yeah.
One of the most enthusiastic people you will ever talk to.
I love her. Now her husband, sometimes I want to snatch him up. I'm just kidding. I love Chris. So Christina and we're neighbors.
Oh, yes.
I mean, I'm neighbors with everybody, but we live on the same road. And after the storm is actually when we met them. They had only opened the store. It had only been open a couple weeks, maybe. I don't even know how long. But that's when we met them, was after the storm, because there was a landslide between our house and them. And so her husband had to hike down with a chainsaw and helped us cut some of these massive trees out of our way so that we could then turn and start working on his landslide. And I'll never forget, I said, well, this must be a mountain man. He said, no, I'm from Florida. And I said, okay, how did you learn to cut a tree like that? Because this tree was incredible. It was massive. It was hanging at a total death angle. I mean, it was one of those trees that'll kill you. And I said, how did you know how to do this? You ever cut trees before? He said, oh no, I just watched YouTube. He did. He watched YouTube.
Well, it must have worked.
He had the Starlink. So we had to get his the landslide out of the way so we could all get up the mountain to his Starlink.
Right.
But thank God for his Starlink, because he was able to watch YouTube, figure out how to cut a massive, deadly tree out of the way. And we've been buddies ever since. I love them. They're incredible.
They're very, very good.
Very good. Very good. We highly recommend that you go see our friends at the UPS store in Burnsville.
Yes.
Because they're amazing.
Christina will take good care of you.
Yes, she will. Yeah. I love them. Her and Sabrina too. Sabrina can print anything.
Is.
They're
Sabrina's
good.
Sweet.
So, President of the Chamber. Now, we've got some upcoming events here, me and you do.
Yes, we are going to collaborate.
Yes, we are. I'm so excited.
We are so excited.
Yes. So, last week we talked about, last year it was called Jeep Into the Hollers. The GAA has inspired a whole new brand for me. I have always loved classic cars. I'm a Ford girl. I love an old Mustang. I love an old Ford truck. And so we are switching it up to Cruising to the Hollers, because we want everybody to come. So we want y'all to come to the mountains on Memorial Day weekend, May the 23rd. I was reading the thing. May the 23rd this year. We've still got a couple months. We're going to be doing some pretty awesome stuff.
Yeah.
So we're going to have a square full of vendors, all local vendors. We're going to do a big silent auction. The silent auction was so wonderful last year.
It was the best silent auction.
Wasn't that amazing?
Yeah, I got that big basket of all of that flower stuff. Oh, God, I loved it.
Oh, Darlene did that one. I remember that one.
Loved it.
So we're excited about this, doing another massive silent auction. We are going to have food trucks. We are going to do a car show, which I'm most excited about. Now, currently the town has denied my road closure request, but God, so I'm not giving up on it. I'm not giving up on it because we need this. Our town needs this. Our businesses need this kind of stuff. We are going to do kid activities. So last year we had the little train and we had all these little games for the kids. So we're going to do that again.
Yeah.
We are adding the cornbread jamboree.
Yes, I am so excited.
And this is because of you,
that.
because you went to the newspaper.
Yes.
And you said, what can we do?
Well, I went there to ask them if I could look through their archives because I think that it is important that we don't lose the heritage.
Yes, and the history
from the local Yancey County people who have lived there their whole lives.
That's right.
Sometimes there's a disconnect, and we should honor and cherish those individuals
that came before us because
Absolutely.
they're the grandparents that made this the greatest place on earth.
And so I feel very, very strongly in protecting that heritage for them.
Yes.
And so I went to find out what did it used to be like,
right?
And what can we do,
right,
to be inclusive so that everybody wants to stay in Yancey County and shop and just
be there, be with us,
have
be
a
with
community
us.
with us. And so got some information, found out that the gentleman used to have horseshoe pitching contents, and love that idea.
I love it. I mean, cheese may kill us. We're gonna have to come up with a good idea for cheese not to kill us, but I'm in. We're gonna figure that out too.
They said that the fire departments would compete with one another.
I already talked to the guys at Summit. They're freaking out. They're so excited to do this horseshoe.
I think that it would be so fun to watch.
Yes.
And then they said that while the guys were doing
Joy says, can I bring my 1958 restored T-Bird to the car show?
Absolutely.
I think you should.
Yes.
That would be beautiful. So we're going to do the horseshoe competition.
Horseshoes.
But the cornbread jamboree is where it's at. So you said, Steph, what about cornbread? I said, I love cornbread. You said, what about jams and jellies? I said, I love jams and jellies.
And pie and,
whatever.
Anything that you want to bring out.
So what we're going to do is we're going to have, the silent auction will be in the town center. So in the other section of the town center, we're going to have a taste testing competition, right? So people can go and taste test and vote. There'll be prizes for everybody. We're going to have awards. Because we want this to be an annual thing.
We do.
And we want our community involved. So we want our church ladies to come and make their cornbread recipe or share their jams and jellies. And let's have a fun taste testing contest.
Yes. Get an award that's passed.
Yes.
You get to keep it for a year, and then next year it goes to somebody else.
I love that.
And talking about our church ladies, I had a conversation with one of our commissioners.
Yeah.
And he told me that one thing that used to make the craft fair just like so appealing is that people would just come from their churches and they'd get on the stage and they'd just sing. And that's something else. So you
brought great ideas. So
we want some of those the Yancey County church choirs to come out.
Yes, we do.
And entertain us that day and share the message.
Them good old country hymnals.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's the music and the singing that God is listening to, because it is praising Him to the fullest. I mean I'm so excited about that. I can't carry a tune in a bucket. Now I have a cousin that's an opera singer. And famous. I have two famous cousins in my family that are incredible singers. I cannot carry a tune in a bucket.
Well,
but I love praise music. The old timey hymnals.
I grew up with that.
Me too. So we're excited.
Yeah, really, really excited about that.
So Cody Peterson is going to manage the stage for us, and then we're hoping that all the different choirs will come on and sing a couple songs.
And if you can if you can sing,
Yeah, come on.
come on down.
I mean, I'll sing in the crowd with you. I mean, because I don't care. If I'm at church singing, you know it. You're like, oh, Steph. Really, you shouldn't be singing.
Stephanie, you can't be good at everything.
Well, I ain't good at singing. I'm gonna tell you that.
And I think too, one of the other things that we're really excited about is that we want we're gonna have a countywide sidewalk sale.
Yes.
And we want everybody to open up your door, put something or another on your sidewalk. Now, if it is a sidewalk downtown, we have to leave 36 inches open.
As long as the roads are open.
Yeah, if the roads are open, we have to leave 36 inches open on the sidewalk. But we can do that.
Yep.
Not a problem.
Yep.
And
no, it is a problem.
Well,
we want them to close the streets.
We're going to work it out.
That out there. We want the streets closed for people's safety and thousands of people coming. I'm so excited about it. See, I'm not giving up on it. Once I decide, I decide. I hate to tell people I don't do well with no.
If there is someone in the county that wants to, come downtown that day, contact the chamber.
Yeah.
Let us know. We will find you a spot somewhere. On we want
all of our businesses in, and Yancey and Mitchell County. So I mean, to me, Yancey and Mitchell are the same. So it's open to all business owners for Yancey and Mitchell County.
One thing that I really would like to remind people of is that when people hear Main Street, they think that Main Street is from Teresa Brown's to Mr. Hammond's antique store.
Right.
But Main Street is actually a 2-mile long stretch.
All of East Main, all of West Main.
It starts at Main Street Coffee and it goes all the way down to the Wild Violet.
Yeah.
And we want everybody included.
Yes, we do.
In that. And not only just in the town of Burnsville, but countywide.
Yeah. We really do. And that's the other thing that is not on here is a self-guided tour, because we want people to come for the weekend. Come stay in Yancey County for the weekend.
It's going to be Memorial Day weekend.
It's going to be Memorial Day weekend. We'll have a lot of different things going on. We want friends to go do some, show off their cars down in Huntdale. We want folks to go see River Life over in Pensacola. So we have a lot of amazing country stores that are open, and we want folks to visit downtown. We just want people to come.
Go to Price's Creek.
Yeah, God, you got to go to Price's Creek. I love Price's Creek. It's the only place I know in the world you can get your boots, you can get your knife, you can get ice cream.
You get the best bologna sandwich you've ever had.
You can get the best tomato sandwich you've ever had, and you can get
tomato on your bologna sandwich.
Yes. Well, when we used to go tubing, all the time, we would always stop at Price's Creek and get us a tomato sandwich or a bologna sandwich, put it in the bag in the cooler, and then that went on the...
Tomato sandwiches are my favorite food.
God, I'm obsessed with them. I'm obsessed with them. So we're excited. We're hoping we are not going to do self-guided tours this time because we want to encourage folks to go explore our mountains on their own. So we're real excited about that. I think we're going to have a lot of great stuff.
I think that I think the two of us working on it, it's going to be a heck of an event.
And Vanessa's part of it. She's been great. She is so great at doing the designing, and
she did a great job on the logo.
I love it. Yeah. I love it. So we're excited. We got so many great things coming and going on, and we just want to keep Yancey and Mitchell County at the forefront. We want folks not to forget about us. Know that we have 586 projects here at Rebuild Hollers. We've completed 152 of those. We have 13 huge projects under construction, active, full rebuilds right now. I have 33 waiting. And this week I denied 5 projects because I'm at this point where I have so many waiting for me that to add someone else to my list is not fair. And so at worst case scenario, I will add them on because they feel like they have no other options. But I can only help as I raise the money and the awareness. And that's what everything is about for me. I mean, I want to get people home. So if I've got to put on an event, we're going to put on an event. Yep. We got to sell an ATV or raffle an ATV. We're going to raffle an ATV. I don't care. We're just going to keep doing whatever it takes. And you've helped me the whole way. So
I'm honored to have helped you.
I'm so thankful. Now, one more thing, because we've reached our time, but you have a radio show.
We have a radio show.
The Burnsville Bulletin.
Yes.
We love Doug.
We love Doug. Is my co-host.
He said we could call him. We should call him. I'm just kidding. He'd kill us.
A stroke if we really called him.
He would.
So we have a radio show, It is broadcast on WKYK
Yes.
At 1:06 every Saturday. And we don't really know if we have any listeners or not, but we have a lot of fun.
Yes. You do
doing
have
it.
listeners.
We have 16
Yeah.
that we know of.
That's amazing.
I never imagined that I would do a radio show, but
I never thought I'd do a podcast.
Our owner called me, and he said, I think that we should do a radio show. What do you think? And I'm thinking, no, I don't think that we should do a radio show because I sound like a hick. I don't like my recorded voice. And I don't think that's a good idea.
Good.
Some reason my mouth said, okay.
Yeah.
And we first started out as a 15-minute show. And first show I probably could have talked for 3 hours. I had stuff written down and it was a nervous wreck, and we got through it and it went by just like so fast. And so Doug and I decided we're not going to write anything else down. It made us too nervous. We're just going to wing it.
Just going to wing it.
And we just started winging
Isn't it amazing?
And we've been winging it. And actually July will be 3 years.
No way.
And it's so fun because now I have people who in the beginning, I'm calling everybody I know saying, would you please come on,
Yeah.
And now I have people who call me and say, hey, can I come on the show?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
I love it. And today I surprised you and said, hey, want to be on my show? And you're like,
yep. Stephanie called me about, was it?
Look, I'm not the best at planning. Russ tries. He texts me every single day. Who's the next person? Who's the next guest? Who's your guest? I'm like, I don't know. And then when it's time, God's like, call Natalie.
Yeah. And you know what? I believe in that. So
we just go with it. We go with it.
But
so
Stephanie did call me today, and she's like, "You want to come on the radio?" And I promised.
Podcast.
Oh yeah, on the broadcast.
Now we are on Spotify though, so I'm excited about that.
I told Stephanie, I'm like, Stephanie, if you're going to the moon, I'm going to the moon with you.
She did say that. That really made my heart happy because this is hard.
Yeah.
What we're doing is hard. It is hard, and it's the truth is so much. I often feel very lonely. Because you
don't have to be lonely. I'm right here.
I know, exactly. So when you said that, I thought, I love you because there's been so many incredible souls, and you are one of them that has just stepped up every time.
And you know what? I think the older I get, Stephanie, that's what matters the most.
It is.
It's not saying what you're going to do. It's just keeping your mouth shut and showing up.
That's right. Be the difference.
Yeah.
That's my new tagline. Be the difference.
Just show up.
Just show up
with whatever you've got, because God will give you what you need when you need it.
He does. Oh, God is real. That's true. All right, friend. Was there anything else you want to tell our friends tonight? We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. Y'all come out to the Burnsville Spring Craft Show tomorrow. I'm so excited to see everybody. I'm not going to have any days off this week, and I'm totally okay with that because a lot of people have been wanting merch. A lot of people have been wanting raffle tickets, but we're only in the office 10 to 4 Monday through Friday. So tomorrow's your chance to see us Saturday at the Burnsville Craft Show. We are going to take the ATV up there.
Yay.
So you can get in it. You can test it out. I don't know if you'll be driving it. You can't drive it. You can sit in it. You can touch it. You
can pretend.
Rub your good luck on it. Get those tickets because this is a big deal. We have so much going on and we still need help. So I love y'all so much. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. As always, thank you so much for loving me. Thank you so much for loving my community. I'll see y'all later. The hardest part isn't the knowing. It isn't knowing everything that you have to do to get everything back right. The hardest part are the memories. Knowing exactly how it used to look before the storm. That's the hardest part.